Guys, so I got it done. I kind of missed a few spots like up here, which didn't really quite get it, and it's more yellow, like it's very white at the bottom where it was before. But I'm not complaining, like it's not damaged at all. It's pretty good. The hair itself isn't having any breakage or anything, so I'm not complaining. I'm just gonna put the lavender in my hair when I get it on Monday and see what it does. It's probably gonna end up turning like more magenta-y, which is okay. Like it would just add different colors since different areas are brighter than others, which works for me. Works fine. Like I'm not picky. Like I just want to put the color in. But I'm just glad the hair didn't come off really. Like it's still like I know like it's definitely gonna be a lot more sensitive. And I noticed that I missed a lot in the back, so it is pretty patchy. But you know, it happens. I'm doing it by myself, so it's not bad though. For doing it by myself, it really is not bad, so. Good morning, everybody. More like good afternoon, probably. It should be around noon right now. But today I'm taking an easy day, and I'm just kind of like just doing some other things. I've been taking a lot of easy days, but I'm hanging out with Chris because he doesn't work till later, so it's just gonna be kind of like a hangout day. And then when he goes, I'll probably be back into painting. I'm definitely more of a night painter to begin with. Like if I paint all day during the day, it has to be very specific, because I just can't keep focused during the day like that. Like I said, I'm a night owl, so I really get cracking around like the evening, especially when it's definitely, well, I can do a lot better when it's quiet, but during the day I'm more like I want to do something very specific. So that's basically how it's been. I am wearing my favorite sweater again. I love this sweater. It's super soft, and I don't know if it's actually like really hot outside. It probably is too hot for a sweater, but I can't help it. I love this sweater, and you know, if I'm inside and it's cold inside, why not? As you can see, like it's definitely way more copper than I'd like to, but I'm kind of letting it like heal and like strengthen up because I bleached it, so the bleach is definitely gonna, I wanted it all to be like this, but you know, I didn't buy the copper packets, and like I probably didn't let it rest long enough, and my hair was so dark that either way it's bound to happen, but it's okay. Just gotta go in with another round. I have a lower volume, so I have 20 volume, which will be a lot. It's not the 30 that I put in here, so it shouldn't be as damaging, but you know, I'm just gonna kind of wait it out a little bit, let it kind of stick in maybe, but if not, you know, I'll just put the color in and see what happens. You know, I'm not picky about stuff like that. Athena, oh my gosh, I gotta show you this. This is super cute. She has this weird fascination of laying on top of things that belong to us, that like we're working on or that we use a lot, and she chose Chris's guitar. It's so cute. Oh, Snoop. So that's basically the plan. I have got rice noodles, so I'm gonna make a stir fry probably later today with some shrimp and stuff, so I'm winging it. The directions are on the package, so we'll see how it turns out for sure. And yeah, that's kind of basically, that's just it. Like I'm not really, like, the summer is gonna be more like taking a time, like taking 30 minutes every day to lesson plan, do this, do that, and you know, like, so I'm not very you know, especially because when I have to take a painting class, I'm gonna do a lot for my painting class, which I will film a lot of that. And I don't know if it'll be kind of like speed throughs, if it's gonna be vlog style. And the reason why I don't know, let me put this pillow out and then talk to you like that, so I can open this thing. Ooh. Will this work? Who knows? Oh yeah, I got it. So the reason why I don't know, is because what's happening is, like, I don't know the schedule. I've never taken painting in college before. So I'm just gonna kind of like go with the schedule of what we have, and it helps me kind of like, you know, like time manage again, and this summer it'll really get that time management skill, so I know how fast I'll work and like how fast I need to work, as well as like prepare my students for the future if they're taking college art classes, how they're gonna work. It's not gonna be as intense for sure, especially because I'm taking a summer class, but to show them like, hey, no, when you have a schedule, you got to do the schedule, no matter how hard it is, no matter how frustrating. You might have a whole bunch of other classes that might be important, like you have to literally time manage, and that's the important thing that I'm trying to really structure. Like, you have tons of time in class to do it, but you still, no matter what, have to time manage. And that's the problem that I know students have, is they think they're used to leisurely coming in and working on it on their own time, but I really want to structure time management, because we do have a lot I'm trying to teach, and a lot of lessons that they need to work on throughout the year. So that's it though. That's kind of like all I'm like really doing. Like, the most major thing right now for like as an art teacher is I am like trying to lesson plan, and lesson planning is so much harder than anybody thinks it is. I hate it so much, but I have like a short attention span, and if, you know, even like while I'm painting or doing work, like when I took drawing in person in class, I was very like on top of it, but I don't know why, like, but because I typically am not, but I was very like, nope, gotta get the work, and like hyper focused and like multitasking somehow. And I think painting might be the same way, but you know, when I'm just painting leisurely, I think that what it is like the structure. Like, I have to get this done, this is the due date, and this is gonna take me a lot of time, because I worked on really crazy projects, especially for homework. Like, I went way out of my way to do some crazy like drawings, to challenge myself and really go above and beyond of what I actually do, and to really structure and become the best drawer that I could be, even though I am not really good at drawing. I don't think I'm good at drawing, but I'm decent, you know, and so I really wanted to challenge myself that semester. And so I know, like, in painting, when there's like prompts and this is what you have to do, like, I know I'm going to challenge myself. It's going to be a lot harder because I'm used to like it being kind of a different situation, and I don't know what to expect in this painting class, because every painting teacher is different. Every school has different priorities in art, so I'm not quite sure how that's all gonna pan out. So that's gonna be like an interesting thing to see for sure, is that like, oh, this is gonna be some like crazy stuff, and just kind of like focus on like all of that kind of stuff. And I guess I'm interested to see what's gonna happen, especially because I'm not, like I said, I'm really not like used to it. I've taken like other classes like sculpture, printmaking and stuff like that, but I've never actually got to be able to take a painting yet. So I am actually really excited about my painting class, because I love to paint. Painting is like my thing, and I've been kind of feeling like overwhelmed for sure, trying to get a lot of things done at the same time. So this painting class is going to be kind of more like therapy to me, to keep me like going, because I feel like right now I just kind of feel like a hot mess of I don't know what to do, like this and this, and like add a little bit more structure where I need structure when I need it. And I'm a very structural person. I like to have like a method to my madness, like we're doing this and this. And so yeah, it's basically the plan. I'm gonna let you guys go because I'm just ranting at this point. And yeah, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, so I'm home by myself now. I put my hair up in little space buns. My hair is just a little frizzy. I probably just need to like deep condition it for a little bit, and I think it'll be okay. Like if I deep condition it or like use like a hair mask, which I could go and buy, but you know, whatever. And I was kind of thinking like, oh, let me just re-bleach it before I get my hair dyed, but at the same time I kind of do like the different colors, and I know that the color is gonna probably turn out a little bit more magenta than lavender, but I also have like the tip, so it will look like there's different colors kind of like going in, so I'm okay with it, I think. Not quite sure yet, but I also don't want to like damage it. I mean, I should go up into the roots over here, but I don't want to do anything else unless it's like specifically for the really, really dark parts. Even then I'm kind of like it's not as big of a deal to me, because I want it to be like, I don't want to break my hair, because that happened last time where I really like did some damage to my hair, just like being very careless, and this time like my hair is really good, so I don't want to keep it that way. And so like I'm just trying to make sure that, you know, like my hair is gonna be good, because that would turn out bad. So basically, since I'm home by myself, I'm going to be working on paintings. My class starts next Wednesday, which is also when I'm getting my tattoo. So during my tattoo, I should be having a Zoom class, which will be good because then I can pass the time, especially like just listening. I think if we're doing Zoom that way, which I will probably email my professor ahead of time and say like, hey, just so you know, next Wednesday I'm going to still be in the class. However, I don't know how the Zoom works, you know, I'll figure it out the first day, and then that day I'll email the teacher and say, hey, so tomorrow I'm going to be busy, I'll still be in the class and listening, but I'm working, or, you know, just doing something else at the same time, which will be while I'm getting a tattoo. So I don't want to like, you know, so, and that'll give me like the whole time, because the whole time that my class is happening, I am going to be sitting and getting a tattoo. Yeah, basically around that whole time, so I can listen to my class while the artist kind of does their work, and I just kind of, you know, sit down and do what I need to do, whether it's, you know, just listening, maybe, you know, and that's pretty much it. Ooh. So that's the goal. I don't know how I'm getting there, but I'm getting there, and yeah. Sorry, I'm also kind of like looking for like painting ideas, because I want to work on 2 small canvases. Well, I have a small canvas and then this wooden one. I need to sand it down in gesso because it's really bad. And I also kind of need to I definitely just need to do a lot. I'm just kind of looking through some of these like options to kind of get some inspiration from. But yeah, that's kind of basically what I'm doing. Nothing crazy. I'm probably going to be home by myself for a little bit, so I'm not going to have too much to do besides just kind of like sit down and just do my thing. I'll talk to people on the phone sometimes because that's how it works. I'm always talking on the phone with everyone. But yeah, so I'll let you guys go. Bye. It's my odd sketch of a frog. It doesn't look like a frog, but let me tell you, it's gonna turn into a frog. I have my palette and my painting cart is over here, as well as Athena. She is pretending to play dead. So I'm gonna kind of pull up some paints and start painting this cute little frog. I put painter's tape on the edges so I don't get them like messed up, and so I know where to stop, as well as being able to, once the top is done, I want to cover that so I can paint the edges a different color to make it just fun. I'm terrible at painting the edges of the canvases. I always mess up and have to go back and fix, so I'm trying to practice with painter's tape to kind of work out the minor details. So this is what I have so far. I'm slowly just like blending in the colors and adding more and more layers to create some vibrancy, but he's definitely coming along a little bit, and I think the more that I add, the more I'm going to be able to see more parts to little Mr. Froggy right here. I'm making a like shrimp stir fry with some rice noodles. I'm chopping up the veggies, and these are like the little zucchini, and it's super cute. I'm cutting them into stars just to kind of be aesthetically pleasing, because you know that's how I am. Next day, and I kind of added a little bit more, like started doing highlights and finishing at the top of the head, which I'm not upset about. Like, I actually really like it, even though the size is a little bigger. It kind of makes him look cute. Like, I like that about him, and I think that all this rendering isn't actually too bad. So I'm actually pretty proud of this, and like it's coming along a lot better than I thought it would for a tiny little study. I think it's pretty good. I mean, the greens, I'm definitely going back multiple layers because I don't like the translucency. I want it to be very bold and opaque, so that's kind of where what is here. I want this color to be up in these greens, so I'm taking the extra time to really dive in with the greens to get it all going to like how I like it. But I do genuinely really like this, actually. Guys, so I'm still blonde, so I'm gonna be blonde for a while, so if you think it's kind of weird, trust me, I know it's weird. I feel really weird about it too. Anyways, I'm still working on this piece. It's getting really good. I've always really loved drawing and painting animals. I find that like more of my thing than a lot of the other painting kind of stuff that I do. Like, I just totally prefer to do animals. I think they're so intriguing, and I love the color, and I just understand it. Like, to me, I can match the color, and it just makes so much more sense than a lot of other pieces, like landscapes. Sometimes I kind of get a little lost in some things, and so to me, and you know, that's just finding your cinch, something that you know that you work on and you understand better. And you know, like, everyone has something like totally different that they like to do. And I mean, I do like to learn overall when I do my painting. Like, I do absolutely really love to learn and sit down and try to like discover what I like, and like, you know, at least try to do different things. So that's kind of also been what I've been trying to do at the same time too, is I'm trying to like really discover like a new, like just something new that I didn't think I could do before. And so it's really interesting to kind of sit down and just say like, this is going good, or this needs to get worked on. Ooh. Oh, that was weird. So I have the house to myself today, so I'm just gonna kind of like paint. I'm going to also probably do stuff like laundry, because I need to do some laundry and some other things. And so I've just kind of decided to kind of start on this frog, and when I need a break, I can go and do other things for a break, like make dinner, or, you know, all day food, because I haven't actually eaten yet. I had like a bite of salmon, but that's it, and some other things, and just kind of like figure out what I really want, because I kind of know with like some of this, like especially like with painting, I am not starting my actual painting class, so I'm just kind of trying to get like a heads up. I'm trying to like work on some things and like really understand and do like tons of different studies of different things, like how I'm doing the frog, or how I'm doing this and this, because I know, to me, that these things are very important to learn how to do. because like you have to expand your horizons when it comes to art. And I know that like I have a lot of work that I need to develop inside myself, and over the summer I need to create a spark, because during the school year you get really burnt out, sometimes really quick. And I find that with myself, like I get burnt out and like I don't want to create, but I have to create because this and this. And so I take my summer, I'm taking my summer as like a replenishment. Like, no, this is what you want to do. This is what's important. Oh, sorry, my dog is moving. It scared me. And you have to re-inspire yourself to inspire others. And so that's how I'm handling it very much. Like, I want to inspire myself so I can inspire others, and like really get down and like refining my skills, because I haven't been able to do that in quite some time, which has been very weird for me. Which is why I'm tackling my oil painting over here, and I'm tackling like new projects like these small acrylic ones, and like I'm gonna force myself. I brought in an 18x24 watercolor pad. I'm going to be doing more gouache and watercolor projects. I'm going to be just doing so many things and refining my painting skills, and I need to actually just sit down and draw every day. Like, that's something I don't do, which is why I struggle with drawing now, because, well, I've always struggled with drawing, but I'm into color, and to me, like, that's not, drawing isn't as fun, and I don't like this and this about drawing, but I'm forcing myself. I brought home more like charcoal pencils to just, my favorite type of charcoal pencils to inspire me to keep drawing and doing things. I brought home my sketchbook. I brought home all these different things, and I'm practicing all these skills that I'm trying to teach because I know it's super important, and you just gotta do it. And so for me, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm refining my skills. I'm trying to like really instill like a lot of these things, and I'm actually proud because like when I feel really inspired, like I'm gonna do an animal study, like it turns out so crazy. Like yeah, of course there's tons of things that need to be fixed and redone on here, but it turns out so much different than I could ever even think about it and expecting it to. Like, there's so many things that I never like expected myself to be able to reach a certain level, and you know, like I'm definitely proud of myself. Like hey, like I'm doing something different, I'm doing something crazy, and like it looks good and it looks so real. And you know, like to me, that's what is important, is that I'm progressing. Because in art, you know, yeah, you can be one of the best art teachers in the world, but you do have to sit down and you do have to like better yourself so that the next school year you come in and your students, you know, your students are going to be excited and you're excited and motivated. And I feel like just teaching in general, not even just being an art teacher, like you lose your motivation quick. You come in and you're like, oh, I don't want to be here, like I'm tired. And you know, even like certain situations make you feel that way, like I had this problem with the student yesterday, like what's gonna happen next, and like I'm so not motivated to try to handle all these problems. It's so hard, and like I don't know where to go with this and this. But you do end up finding yourself like doing all those things. And you know, if you come in with a positive mindset saying like, hey, like, yo, we had a bad day yesterday, all right, let's go back and let's go change it, let's make today a better day. And you know, like I felt like that, for me personally, that's what keeps me from like going crazy, because I have problems with kids. And you know, because art is generally like, it's a fun class, so everybody's gonna take something that's, and this is the most fun out of doing this and this, so I'll just take this instead. And you know, so like, you know, there's so many different things that happen when you're teaching a class about art that, you know, you forget and you do get lost in all these things. Like I am constantly getting lost with like some things where I'm like, I don't even know where to go about this. Like, you know, like how do I get the student to be this way? And I just kind of go with it. And that's generally what it is you have to sit down and just figure things out, and you have to really come in with a different mindset every day. Like, you have to come in and stay strong with that mindset. I get, like, when I first started, sorry, I can't drink. But when I was starting, I had these issues with some kids where, you know, if you've seen in previous vlogs, like, my frustrations, but I still came in and said to myself, like, it's a new day. And even right when they left, I would definitely be frustrated at the situation and say, like, I don't know what to do, but I would come back and start the day over and just try from scratch again, and just kind of be like, well, you know what? And you know what got me through it is, like, a lot of the students who were doing such a good job and seeing their passion. And even, like, I would have students come up to me and say, this is exactly what I wanted a class like this, and this is absolutely cool, and I love how you teach, and I love all these things. And, you know, not only getting it from the kids in person, but having the principal come by and show me all these emails of how excited and how happy they are with me being a teacher in their class, and what they're learning, and that they're happy and excited. And, you know, I see that in their artwork. I can see a lot of the kids, they try their hardest, and when they show it and present it, they're proud of their work, and that makes me proud too. And that makes me very happy, because I feel like I'm doing something right sometimes. And there's other times when I don't feel like I'm doing something right, but I get that validation, and that's what's really important. I've learned is that you do the best you can do, and if somebody doesn't like it, they just don't like it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't say, like, you know, don't say, like, oh, I'm just a bad teacher and nobody likes me, because it's not true. And, you know, like, if you're doing the best that you can do and giving them all the information that you hold within yourself, and, you know, you're teaching them and they're really learning, they're really developing, be proud of that, because then you're doing your job. That's what's important. And I know for sure we lose that connection and that passion because of it, because you get so tired and you get so frustrated, and sometimes you really don't see the progress, and you don't see or even think about looking in the right direction, and you're looking in places that doesn't really actually matter. And that's what I found, like, you know, every single day, especially doing virtual class, like, I would be so frustrated. I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is ridiculous. They're just doing this, and this. And then, like, when I would see at the end of the week the hard work that the kids who really are dedicated would do, I was just happy. And, you know, it really rekindled that love for teaching and that passion for teaching that I have, because I adore it. I love it. I love going into a classroom. I love seeing everyone's faces. I love seeing them get to work, and I love seeing the questions and the interest and the wanting to know all this knowledge. And to me, that's what was more important, and it still is more important to me than anything. And so, you know, if you're going in, you know, go in next school year with that mindset, because that's what's really going to be important to you, and that's what's going to motivate you throughout the rest of your teaching career. And you can't let anything get in the way, whether it's another teacher, whether it's another student. Like, you're here to teach, and it doesn't matter if they like you or not. You're here because you love your job, you're passionate about it, and you want to inspire. And, you know, there's always going to be somebody that you can't inspire. There's always going to be somebody who acts a certain way, and it's frustrating. It's the most frustrating thing in the world, but you gotta keep moving on. And so, with that being said, thank you guys for watching my channel, and I hope I spark some type of interest here. I know that being a teacher is hard, and, you know, being an artist by itself is also hard, and I hope that it really helps in your guys' journey. Like, let's go through the journey together for sure. And let's just kind of, you know, like, I'm here for you as much as you're here supporting me. And that's what matters, is that, you know, all teachers support each other no matter what we do, whether you're an English teacher, whether you're a fellow art teacher, whether you're whatever you are, like, you spark interest, and you know, we work together as a country, as a team, as a everything. So with that being said, I am going to get back to painting, and I'm also going to edit this and put it up. So I shall talk to you guys later.